YouTube? Thanks for watching my video, and welcome to Upside DIY. Alright, so I got a quick little update with the dental. Kind of did this in the beginning of August 2026. There's the paper clip. The first one was actually like a barrier, and then I made the side parts more skinny, I think, and things. I had enough of the paper clip or the wire to kind of loop it. It makes it a lot more solid, uh, instead of relying on just pressure and things. I got to It basically feels a lot more firmer compared to just something else like this barrier. I call this a barrier because it's going to help. I'm going to attach like a clear piece of plastic, and it's going to help pretty much create something on the inside so I could mold mainly around this clip, and a lot of the material or space in between is going to be just that's just how I'm going to make this one. Before this uh, this bend, I will call it, I also made pretty much I got a clear piece of plastic from this broken piece of storage, and then I basically got some graph paper, traced out the lines. You can kind of see I also traced out another template on graph paper, try to line everything up. I used tape and things, so I made kind of like something just for this. It could be a different size, and basically I'll be able to at least line up the bottom, just certain parts, just try to center it, have it two squares here and there, just trying to center it a little bit. I use this to help bend the wire basically. So I was holding this or the wire and just holding it a little bit instead of other methods, whereas it's kind of the same thing, but I'll have like a nail or two to you know um it's only a paper clip. Maybe sometimes I'll need a larger you know setup, I guess. And for example, like a bicycle, they'll have like a big bender, and line everything up and then weld while on the bender. That's pretty useful. These guards, I'll basically know where gaps or where I need things, and I just need to put a little bit of like pretty much bubble gum. I've got a different tray right here with some items. I could clean off some bubble gum and make a barrier and things, and then or even put some bubble gum in there, press in the crown, remove, and pretty much make a mold, and then I could cast within this dental guard and things like that. So thick enough, I think, as a DIY you know situation. So I'm kind of like at this point, and the rest is just learning on my own and stuff. I'm also on YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So I'm testing this pocket camera with 64 gigabytes. Basically just got enough footage. I'm gonna turn off this pocket camera somehow. Why? So now I've got this LED mirror. I'm gonna try to turn it on. Alright, so it's got a small USB plug all the way at the bottom down there. I've got the power bricks, USB plugs. They're usually universal or 1 amp. Got this other power brick already plugged in. I could have used that, but let's go for this one. Alright, so this is kind of the test for this mirror. So not working on power outlet. So now let's go ahead. It's got a really strong suction cup. It's got a this knob, it swivels. And okay, so I was able to tap the power button, and so I kind of unplugged the charger. I guess it only runs on batteries. I want to see how kind of bright this is. And with this mirror, I got to get really close, and it kind of magnifies what's in front of it. It's not a really bright mirror, but the power button works really good. It's in there, and then I could turn that on and show you guys the battery pack. It's got a battery pack. This power port, something is wrong with it. It's not working. Okay, so now I'm going to just get this situated. So I have 3 lights right here. Show off. So you know, I gotta always pay attention and use those for, like, you know, specific. So I kind of wanted, it's a USB-C. I kind of wanted like a longer, hopefully just keep this USB plug together with this item. Pretty lucky. Gem detector and this and that. Alright, so I kind of plugged it in. Let me turn off the light so you guys can kind of see the light moving on there. So turn off any lights that I might not need and stuff. So to kind of get the gems, I wanted to kind of pre-wash everything in the beginning, but I think I'm just going to but I got this plastic bin that I could actually, so I just heard the tester beep, things like that. So if you know, just keep back there. So yeah, so this gem detector, kind of keep it on the medium. So now I just have to open this up, and there are actually pretty nice. So I don't really have to touch the metal plate, and this goes up a little bit of a bar, as you can see. So I got a lot more of a lot more pieces, and they're actually being detected nicely. Ooh, this goes up, which is a good, I could kind of feel like a little bit of current go through the whole thing on that one. And you know, just any basic reading changes a whole lot of well, this one is and I've been just basically yesterday, rounded stones proves that they're a little bit more of a harder mineral. Sometimes, you know, maybe after 1 or 2 thing is and just because they just don't fracture like other stones. Rounded stones are quite of something to, you know, sides, and so I don't even have to touch the plate. So these are showing sides, you know, needing machines, basically a fastening machine, needing I got a gem detector. But you know, something like this, I'll just sort out according, you know, kind of like eyeballing, getting uh, having a decent lamp or even a regular light could actually see things better. Maybe having two, three lights. That so, but these are all showing up as real rocks, basically. So going from there, I would prefer a real rock sometimes, even though, um, you know, it's this this bag. I mean, it's just a lot of polished, um, and also being able to gem detect. I really can't complain for one, but um, really appreciate just even having something out of, you know, nice another red one. But there are, you know, I mean, for what I paid, basically, it's actually that it's just you know, I'm just people call this like um, but just the whole overall potential event reordering or hoping I could reorder some more just because these are more realer than the well, and then my first partial, which um wasn't able to test, but so I'm putting all these more colorful speckles, I would call them, even though I could probably do a little bit sorting with the green and stuff. All the jelly beans, most of the jelly beans here and there, and then eventually it's going to be easier to